Okay, good morning. This video right here is going to deal with the last two sections of Chapter 8. Okay? It deals with the law of sines and the law of cosines. They deal entirely with proportions, Pythagorean theorem, and trig functions. Okay? You are probably not going to see this again until you get to trig math analysis, calculus. Okay, but I do want you to feel as though you have at least seen it once before. I'm going to go over both of them. I've got two examples of each, and you're going to deal with 4 problems for your assignment. That's it. Okay, once again, this is not something that you're going to see on the final exam. Okay, I'm not going to put it there. So just, I want you to experience it to be able to see it. Nothing more. Okay, get a little familiarity with it. Okay, so we've got 6 and 7, law of sines, law of cosines, and they are used to find unknown measures of a triangle. And this is where our difference comes in. These aren't right triangles. These hold for any triangle. Okay, our book goes deeply into detail on finding areas. This is what you will pick up later. Okay, this is going to be the basics on how you find that measure. Okay, so that's where it comes from. Okay. Chapter 8, section 6 and 7 on the notes. Okay, those are the PowerPoints right there. On the ones I provide, pages 17 to 22, good examples and setups. You're going to see here what I am putting in for you. There is a ton. Okay? The law of sines, okay, this is when you know the measures of 2 angles in a triangle and the length of one side that is opposite one of those angles. This verbiage will make sense when you see an example. Okay? This, think extended proportion. Okay? The sine of A over A, B over B, sine of C over C. All of these you're going to find on your chart or calculator. These are the lengths of the sides. Okay? You're only going to use 2 of the 3, the 2 that you have the information for. Remember when we were finding missing sides of similar triangles? We would set up an extended proportion and take 2 at a time. Same thing you're going to do here. One of these is going to be provided with numbers on top and bottom. Remember, that's what we call a scale factor. Okay? So that's how you're going to solve it. So that's the law of sines. The law of cosines, I want you to think a little bit about the Pythagorean theorem. Okay? It kind of comes off of that. This is when you know the lengths of 2 sides and the measure of the included angle. Go back to our similar triangles, side angle side. That's where this comes from. Okay? So, it looks convoluted, but you're going to only have to solve for one variable out of that entire group. Okay? And there are 3 options based upon what you're given. Okay? So that's what we're going to look at. So here we go. We've got 2 examples here for the law of sines. I'm going to start with this one. And yes, you better bet your life I wrote these down. Okay? See, I'm not messing with anybody here. Okay, so our first one. We are asked to find A. There it is right there. So I've got the angle A, so I'm going to go sine of A over A. Okay? And then what I've got to do, I've got this side. Well, wait, doesn't that mean I need this angle? Think back to triangles. How many degrees do I have in a triangle? 180. Okay, so our step 1 is to find the measure of angle C. Okay, now I've got what I need here. So there's step one, okay, in this problem. Okay, you might have the angles given to you. Use them. Okay, so in step two, we're going to set up our proportion. Okay. Sine of A over A, sine of C over C. Okay? The little letters are always opposite the angles. Okay, so I've got okay, so now you're going to use chart or calculator for this. Okay? Okay. Cross multiply. And then divide. Okay. Scrunch this down, make sure you can see it here. Okay. Pure calculator, nothing more on that. Now, that's when you're given all of the information. Okay? Now, let's go over to another type of problem. Yeah, you're going to want to keep your photos for this one, folks. Okay? So our next one here just gives it to me. Come on, work with me here. There we go. Just gives me angles for 2 and a side. Okay. So the first thing I need to do here, okay, I've got 2 parts that I'm going to do. Step 1. Okay, so my first step here is to draw a diagram. Okay, I think it's good to see this. Okay, so here we go. Okay, that's what I've been given. So I've got to find this, this, and this. Okay, we can do that right away, just like we did over here. Okay? No, they don't always equal 86. Purely coincidental. Okay, so we're well on our way here. Now, you got your choice here. We're going to deal with both of them. So I'm going to set them both up right now so you can see. Okay, you want to go one at a time, that's fine. Okay, I just think it's important that you be able to see both of them. Okay, so what I'm going to do is the sine of A over A. Okay, and Okay, yes, I have the sine of A over A in both of them. And the reason is, those are the ones I have both numbers on. So that's what I'm going to start with. Okay? So, the sine of 80 degrees is 9848. The sine of C of 14 degrees is 2419. Okay, all of a sudden I've got three numbers, one variable. We can all solve this. Cross multiply. Okay. Divide. Okay. So we're good there. And we're going to do the same thing over here. It's just like two separate problems. Okay, we've already got most of the numbers. The sine of that is, okay, once again, one variable, three numbers, cross multiply to solve. Okay. Cross multiply, that gets you that, and we're going to divide. Okay. So we're good there. Okay. Your heads are spinning right now. I know that. Okay, I get it. Okay, once again, merely an introduction. If I expected you to become proficient with these, we would be doing this for the best part of a week. Okay? This is an introduction for you. That's all it is. You will spend more time on it later in your math career. Okay? Now, these two examples deal with the law of cosines. Okay? This is even more. All of these are just calculator math. Get comfortable with your calculator, you're going to be fine. So in this first one, we want to find C right over there. Okay? So our step one, set up your equation. Okay? Okay? We are looking to find C right here. Okay? So the C, okay, if you remember back and look back to your first one there, C squared equals, that's the one we're going to look at. Okay? Now, next step, substitute values. Okay. That's the one we need. Okay? So, if we look at this, Okay? There's A, there's B, and we know where C is. Okay? Plug in and go to it. One variable is all that's left. That's it. Just one variable. Get your fingers working on the calculator, and here's what's going to happen. Okay? Because we're going to solve right now. That's our last step. Okay, here we go. Explanations. We substituted values from here to here. Squared, squared, multiplied, replaced. You can use calculator or chart here. Both are going to give you the same number. Okay? So now you've just got these numbers. Okay? I combine those. Subtract. Square root key on the calculator. That's your approximate answer. Okay? No tears. No tears. There's no crying in geometry. Okay. Our last one here. Okay? Now, just like the second problem over there, this one just gives you some values and expects you to figure it out, which we can do. Okay? So we're going to find A, C, and B. A lot of times our book just says solve the triangle. That means find what's not given to you. So once again, our first step, I'm going to draw a diagram. Okay? Okay? We are going to eventually find angle A, angle C, and side B. Okay? We have A, we have C given to us. Okay? So our step one, okay. So, first things first. Step one, draw the diagram. Check. Find B. Okay, that's what we're going to do first. So, in this case, we have angle, the two sides surrounding it, like we said. So that's going to be B squared equals. Okay? Okay, substitute your values. Okay, 11 is the A, 6 is the C, A, C, and cosine of 71 degrees. Okay, once again, just use your calculator to solve through. Okay, yeah, you can round that to 43, okay, which I did there. Okay, square root of both sides, so the B is now approximately 10.7. Okay, now this next one, you've got your choice. We can find A or C. I stayed with alphabetical order. Now, this one's going to be a little different because what's going to be left open here is this inside the parentheses. Okay? So, what I'm going to do with this is right here. Okay? I've got that, I've got that, I've got that now. Okay? You know, I'm going to do this on the other board here. Okay? Okay, this will be step 2. Okay, I said I'm going to find A just because I'm going to stick with the alphabetical here. Sorry. Okay, so we're going to do the same critter. We're looking for the A, so I'm going to go A. Okay, now in this one, once again, we have, need to find. Okay. Okay. Okay, we've got all kinds of numbers. Think about this as a variable. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to combine and subtract from this side. Okay, and here's what we're going to get. Okay, so combine those together and subtract. You're going to get 150.5. So we're going to subtract and get a negative. Okay, don't let that bother you because we've got a negative over here. So when we divide both sides by this, it's going to be positive again, and that's what we're going to have. Okay, now looking familiar again. Okay, algebra, trig. Okay, So now we go down the cosine column, or go to calculator, number closest to that. So now we know that A is approximately 77 degrees. I'm going to put it over here. Now we can deal with our third step. Okay? We need to find the missing angle. So we've got 71, we've got 77. So that's all we're going to do here. Okay, find the remaining angle. Okay. Okay. It's the easiest thing in the world. Angle plus two known angles and degree measures, just subtract from 180. Okay. Okay. Yes, I know you're frustrated. Okay. Like I said, you're only going to do a couple of these just to say you've done them. So when you see them again, it'll go, I kind of remember this. That's it. Okay, folks? Okay, be good.